With WrestlePalooza officially over, I think it is now the best time to go over everything important that did happen on this show. As always, in these recap videos, we go over everything you need to know about this important episode of WWE. I give my thoughts on the show, and as always, we go over everything that you, of course, will need to know and what are the main takeaways of this episode of WWE were. But as always, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. And as always, go follow the socials. The links to those are in the description of this video. That includes my Instagram account and my X account. Go follow those. Do all that. All that helps me out a ton. But now, let's get right on into today's WrestlePalooza recap. Alright, so we kicked off the night with John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, and this match was great from the start, man. It started off hot, and even really, it was good before even the match freaking started, because first, I want to mention this. Keep in mind, I did not watch last night's episode of SmackDown yet. I've only seen a little bit of highlights, and in our introductions that the ring announcer does do before the matches obviously start, during Lesnar's introduction, well, Paul Heyman came out and was the one that did the introduction, so I really don't know what's going on there. I was very shocked there. I haven't really seen much of what's going on there. I'm obviously going to have to watch SmackDown at some point. I'll probably watch after WrestlePalooza, obviously, but you know, I just want to mention that there, so I'm pretty shocked by that. I don't really know what's going on right now with that. But like I said, man, this match was great from the start, but also, as you would expect, there was a good amount of AAs and just a good amount of F5s. That's kind of what this match was about, but it was, overall, from the start, it was aggressive from both sides, from Cena and Lesnar, from start to finish. This match, I actually thought was going to go a little bit longer than what it was. Honestly, it feels like the match might have been at least 5 minutes, if that, but it definitely felt kind of quick, I can't lie. I just thought it would definitely been a lengthy match, but, you know, that definitely, it proved me wrong for sure. Inevitably in this match, we just did, at the end of the match, we just did see a bunch of F5s from Lesnar to Cena, and then obviously I think you know where this is going. He hits his final F5 and finally does decide to go for that pin, gets that 1, 2, 3. The match is over, and Brock leaves the ring, but then he comes back in, F5's the referee, and F5's John Cena again. So, honestly, I know a lot of people are saying that, you know, Brock Lesnar could be Cena's possible last match in December, and honestly, after tonight, I definitely kind of am feeling that might be the case. We'll have to wait and see, because we obviously still have a few more months to go, but honestly, I might be on that freaking wagon, man. I might be on that concept and idea, and I kind of don't want that, but it is what it is, and hopefully that doesn't happen. You know, like I said, we still have a few months, so you can't be super sure, but after tonight, I kind of think that might be the case. But as far as his overall match, like I said, I definitely wish it was a bit longer, but I do like the fact that it was definitely aggressive, and it was fast-paced from start to finish, so that I will take it. And obviously, man, it's John Cena versus Lesnar. There's really not much to hate, realistically. So overall, man, a good opener here, and definitely a solid freaking match. Alright, and now we moved on to the Usos versus the Vision of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Man, this match was a freaking banger, man. Last minute, we did get the call that LA Knight would be our special guest referee, and he was a very fair official in the sense that he counted pins just like he should, and he wasn't completely unfair to any one-sided team, you know? He was fair completely all the way through, and honestly, he let everything go. Literally, weapons, tables, he let everything go. So, very great officiating by LA Knight, and in fact, I think him being the special guest referee, yes, it was weird, but it also did add it added more to the match in a good way, so, you know, I'll take it. Now, as far, like I said, as this overall match, man, was an absolute banger from start to finish, constant chaos, and for the, you know, there was no, like, you know, tag-ins, man. It was practically just a tornado tag match, just as you would expect, and honestly, like, we got the exact result that we needed. Would it have been cool for the Usos to win this one? Absolutely. And speaking of the Usos, I do want to say that they actually did come out to their old entrance music, which I think was very cool. They did end up switching, a few moments after, they did switch to Jey Uso's music, but I think it was cool that we did get to see the classic Usos music. But now, back to where I was talking about, would it have been cool for the Usos to win this one? Absolutely. But if they did win, it would have been doing an extreme disservice to the team of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, because we have the Usos who are They've paved the way for future tag teams like Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And they were once the future of WWE tag teams. The Usos were, but now we have a new future of the WWE tag division, that being Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. So I think this was the right call to have to have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed win here. Like I said, if the Usos won, that would have been absolutely like very freaking cool. But I just don't think it really would have done anything good to a storyline, you know. So I think it was absolutely the right call to have the Vision win here. Like I said, man, this overall match, like I keep saying it, man, was just an overall freaking banger. It was chaos. I love chaos, and it was a tag team match. And combine those two, man, you just get one big, great freaking match. So overall, man, great freaking match, man. All right, man. Now we jumped into yet another freaking banger, man. It's just been pretty much banger after banger tonight, man. So we jumped into Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, and as you would expect, like I freaking said, man, what a banger of a match. We've seen a taste of these two in a match together. They did absolutely amazing. Obviously, when we did see that match, it was interrupted. Thankfully, that was not the case for this match. There was zero interruptions. It was just a strictly one-on-one for the Women's World Championship between Io and Stephanie, man. And what a freaking banger. No interruptions, just a great freaking technical wrestling match, dude. It was a great back and forth. This match was probably the longest match so far of the night, I do believe, and for a damn good reason. There was not one point in this match that I was bored. It was always full of, you know, enjoyment, and there's not, like I said, there's not at one point in this match where I was freaking bored, man. And in the end, man, we got the outcome, the only outcome that could have ever happened in this match. Obviously, man, Stephanie Vaquer does win this title, and the only reason I said that's the only outcome that can happen is because, dude, if we really had Io Sky win here, then the whole question really is what the hell was the point of Evolution then? Obviously, Stephanie won Evolution, the Battle Royal, to get this opportunity here tonight. So, and winning that, it kind of shows that you're like the best woman currently. So losing to anybody, it just doesn't seem right. So obviously this was the only option that WWE could have gone with, and they did that, and that's freaking awesome, man. So congrats to Stephanie. Gonna be amazing to see what she can do, man. But like I said, for just this particular match, what a great freaking match. What a freaking great outcome. And man, WrestlePalooza has been freaking heat so far. Alright, and now we moved on to AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. And like I said, man, like I mentioned in the last segment, man, this match is also yet just another one that really, there's only one really winner that makes sense here, and that is CM Punk and AJ Lee, and that is exactly what happened, man. But throughout this whole match, it was a great match. It was a very anticipated match. So going into this, man, I'm sure a lot of people were hyped, including myself, man. And this match was very freaking good, man. I freaking enjoyed this match. It was awesome, and it's going to be even more awesome to see where things go from here. Obviously, this match was AJ Lee's in-ring return to WWE. And like I said, she did great. Everybody did great in this match. And like I said, inevitably, CM Punk and AJ Lee did pick up the win here. Man, just overall great match. But like I said, the reason I do say that is that they are really the only winners that make sense here, and not Seth and Becky, is because honestly, I think it's not just me. I think a good amount of other people really think the same way, in the sense that this whole Seth and Becky teaming up here, and Punk and AJ, I think that's going to go separate. Everybody's going to go separate ways. I feel like Punk and Rollins, they're going to continue to feud for months. But obviously, I want to in this match, we did see AJ Lee tap out Becky. So obviously now we're probably just going to get AJ Lee and Becky continue to feud for maybe a few months, but I'm not too sure. Inevitably, they're probably gonna have their own feud, so it's just gonna branch off. It's gonna split up here, and I don't think that we're gonna have this mixed gender tag kind of scenario again, at least for not a while. We might in the future, just not for a while. And I think, like I said, I think everybody's going to go separate ways from here, man. But like I said, going back to this overall match, what a great match, man. Very anticipated, like I mentioned, and overall great match and great freaking outcome. Alright, now next up, we didn't really jump into any match, but it was a surprise entrance, surprise entrance. It was The Undertaker in his American Badass in his American Badass persona. He comes out, and we just get really straight to the point here. The point of this was that The Undertaker did induct or he was the first one to tell Stephanie and the whole WWE universe that she will be inducted into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame, obviously next year. So that is very awesome. Stephanie absolutely deserves that. Figured I'd throw it in here because it is pretty important. And you know, honestly, there's not many matches that were on this card, so we need some more stuff to add into this video. So we'll throw this in here. But yeah, congrats to Stephanie. Definitely well freaking deserved. She works hard, so definitely well freaking deserved and very freaking awesome. Alright, and we have now finally reached our main event of the night between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. And like I said, man, just like every other freaking match tonight, what a absolute banger. No doubt in my mind did I ever think this wasn't going to be a banger of a match. This match was absolutely freaking awesome. You have a guy like Drew McIntyre who has completely elevated his character over the past so many freaking years by now. And you have a guy like Cody Rhodes, man, you put them together, you're going to make a banger of a match. And that is exactly what we saw here tonight. Now, in this match, I do want to say there was something going on with Drew's, I believe it was his ankle at the end, so we're gonna we gotta hope that he's okay. We gotta fucking hope that he's okay, you know. We don't want anything bad to happen to McIntyre, but it did look kind of real, I can't lie. But inevitably in this match, we did see Cody Rhodes win this one, and I was surprised. I really was. I wasn't surprised in the sense that Cody Rhodes is walking out as champion. I was surprised in the sense that Randy Orton had nothing to do with this match. I literally thought Randy Orton was going to come out in this match and was going to cause a DQ, and that's not what happened, which is absolutely fine. It's just I thought that was really what WWE's route was going to be, but I am actually surprised that they did not do that. I really am. I'm truly freaking surprised. But like I said, man, overall, it was a great match. Cody Rhodes walks out as champion, and I guarantee you this feud is not going to let up. I guarantee this feud is going to continue, and I can't freaking wait for it. This feud is only going to get even freaking better, and just this match alone, man, was absolutely freaking awesome. But like I said, Cody Rhodes does walk out of WrestlePalooza tonight as still your undisputed WWE champion. Alright, everybody, well, I do hope you guys did enjoy. As always, be sure to leave me your thoughts down in the comments below about this WrestlePalooza pay-per-view and first pay-per-view on ESPN, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this pay-per-view. Man, I honestly think this was a very solid pay-per-view. Everything was consistently good, so it was a very freaking solid pay-per-view in my opinion. Like I said, leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. And as always, go follow the socials. Links to those are always in the description of every video. That includes my Instagram account and my X account. You can do all that, man. Helps me out a ton. And as always, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace. I dream broken dreams.